your cherished listeners.
I hope you're feeling better.
Well, I'm coping. I'm
Mm.
coping quite impressively.
Well, I'm sure you've been monitoring the discussion around the arrest of Miracle Aboagye. The MPP's view is that he should not have been arrested. He should have been invited. What do you say to that?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Indeed, I bumped into the news yesterday. I only heard it, and then subsequently later in the day, I noticed that there was a release from EOCO. And indeed, when I bumped into the news, I was anxiously waiting to see any development, especially from EOCO. And I know EOCO, of course, they are mandated to operate within the confines of our laws. And so the question should be, if a matter of that nature comes up, as a lawyer, you want to find out whether they are operating within their mandate. And later, when I noticed that there was a release, I scanned through the allegations and for the very reasons for which they were investigating Dennis in particular. And of course, the matter doesn't just relate to Dennis. And so let's also understand that it should not just be reduced to Dennis. Dennis is merely just a spokesperson or communication director to a presidential candidate in the 2024 elections, and now the opposition leader. But the point is that the allegations relate to him simply because he was considered a public office holder. And that's what we should place emphasis on. And again, it doesn't relate to he alone. If you look at the release, it means that there were even more than three, because I saw in the release that the accountant of the secretariat, this interministerial coordinating committee on decentralization, he was the executive secretary, and I saw one Mr. Gerald appear as the accountant for the secretariat, and then some other persons from their release. It presupposes that there are even more than three. And so to that extent, it certainly would be a matter of public interest because they are all deemed public office holders. Particularly important because of the nature of the allegations level. Because if matters relating to misappropriation, diversion, and stealing come up, then naturally we are looking at criminal-related matters. And so that is the description I see in the release. But of course, the specific allegations relate to money laundering. Money laundering, like I said in my initial remark, falls squarely within the ambit of EOCO. They are established to investigate as part of their mandate. They monitor, investigate, and prosecute under authority of the Attorney General. And so you look at all the allegations and see whether they fall squarely within what established EOCO is established to undertake, and that's exactly what they are doing. And so we should not just look at it as a matter relating to Dennis. It so happens that perhaps he is someone that people think is a very known MPP person close to the opposition leader. That's the more reason why I think all this noise and drama, it's all around it. But of course, we should not also lose sight of the fact that we are dealing with public funds. And so public funds should be more important than just any individual or any group of persons. So that's just my initial remark on that. Otherwise, like I said, I've chanced on the release.
And you found, is it your view that based on what EOCO has said, they did nothing wrong in picking him up?
Like I said, first and foremost, as part of their mandate, they are to monitor, investigate, and prosecute. And the purpose of the prosecution is clearly to retrieve the loot. And that does not necessarily absolve accused persons who have decided to refund the loot from any further criminal prosecutions. No. And you can see rightly pointed in their statement that Mr. Gerald Appiah, who happens to be the accountant of the secretariat, has already willingly and voluntarily started refunding some of the monies. Then that clearly suggests that something fundamental may have gone wrong some way, somehow, because this release again tells you that the investigation started even way back, as far as I'm sure 1 year or even more, and that Dennis is fully aware and has been attendant upon them, which means that for there to reach a point where a stop order was placed or issued, presupposes that they may have picked some intelligence which warranted that they do that, and that's exactly why they did that. Incidentally, what also has happened is that at the time the stop order was issued or placed, they had only noticed later that the guy had already left the jurisdiction, and so it had become impractically possible to have gotten him within the jurisdiction at the time. And so any security agency or institution established to undertake such a responsibility or duty will be more than awakened to get such persons of interest at least invited or even arrested. And in this particular instance, once they had every reason to believe that he had already left the jurisdiction even before the order was placed, they equally had every reason to say that, well, upon his arrival, we may have to arrest him. So we don't know what he's coming back to do. He might come back to prepare and leave subsequently. And so that kind of information may be restricted to them, and they wouldn't be able to share some of this sensitive information. And so I sincerely do not see anything wrong with the arrest. If, based on their intelligence, they found it to be more propitious at the time to have done that, there's nothing fundamentally wrong.
They also allege that he's not been allowed access to his lawyer, as at yesterday, that when he was picked up, he was not allowed access to his lawyer. And they are claiming that it is the lawyer who has been representing him, who told them that. Is that problematic for you?
If it is generally the case that any accused person has been denied access to his lawyer, that may be a bit awkward because that's not what the law proposes. But the question is whether whoever is saying it is actually laying the right information is another. Because this is as well one-sided information. To be fair to EOCO, you needed to have also gone to find out, at least from the authorities of EOCO, whether indeed he had been denied access to his lawyer. And that's where you'll be doing a proper balancing act. But coming from one side, especially a political organization, even when the person is convicted, I mean, just an illustration, if any accused person belonging to any political party, especially the MPP, is convicted of any crime, legitimately on the basis of law, you will still hear some of their members coming to say that, no, he had done nothing wrong. So I'm just trying to point out the fact that don't simply feed on their information. Feed on independent, verifiable information. And I'm sure that will help the discourse. Because if you want to feed on their information, then you are simply going to be more or less bastardizing the institution, because they wouldn't say anything good about them anyway when they are doing everything within their powers to ensure that they operate perfectly and squarely within their operational limits. And in the statement, if you know, they are also saying that they are operating constitutionally and they're within the constitution, and that they are ensuring that they do everything that will align with the laws of our country. So what about that? So reference should be made to that particular statement in their press release. And so when you juxtapose that with the claims of the opposition people, then you realize that there might be some element of insincerity in their reportage or announcements.
So you're saying we need to interrogate that a bit more, and also perhaps get EOCO to tell us what the situation.
Exactly. I mean, and that you'll be doing justice to the discussion, and they are open to. You can even the EOCO boss himself is available to grant interview, even though that's not their mandate to grant interviews or not. But where a matter of public interest arises and you feel that you must hear from the other side, why not? They'll oblige you to do that. But I'm just issuing a caution that do not rely on the information of the opposition people, because even when Wontumi was arrested and detained over there. It took their parliamentarians, persons deemed honorable, representing the ordinary people, not just a political party, to march to the place, lay bare on the ground around the premises of EOCO, all in the name of saying that he was being treated unfairly, and probably there was even no case in the first place against him. What are we seeing today? Plea bargain. And once there's plea bargain, it points to something, one or two things. Some element of what? Admission of commission of crime. So I'm just cautioning you because I know your station happens to be one of the distinguished stations that one can be very proud and envious about. And so that you don't just throw out anything based on what they come out to say. It's very important.
So for you, there's nothing irregular about how this thing has been done. What you see is politics because it's Miracle Aboagye. That's why you are hearing all this noise.
Exactly. And like I said, the deeper information is that it doesn't even relate to only miracles. There are other persons. Okay. Have they expressed any interest in those other persons? Have you known? Do you know the kind of investigation those other persons are going through? It's simply because they identify Dennis in particular as their own. So they will go any mile to create that sense of instability, unfairness, unreasonableness, disproportionality, and all that. And I'm saying that in a very fair situation, we should be interested in the way each of these persons are treated. That's what the Constitution admonishes us to do, because everybody is a citizen and everyone is equal before the law. So it's just simply because they see him more of their own than the other persons. That's why all this is coming up. Take interest in what is happening to the other persons and you will see.
Okay.
So they are just being treated fairly. And then, of course, if they feel so aggrieved about any of the actions of EOCO, that's why the courts are there, and they are the proponents of go to court. I don't think it should be a big deal to handle. Otherwise, I sincerely, like I said, there's nothing untoward about it. It's just because the politics of it.
Is it the same view you hold? Because one of the complaints they are now making is that the bail conditions are onerous, that the bail conditions being imposed by EOCO are onerous, and that they have been set too high, and it will be difficult for them to meet those bail conditions. What would you say? That they should go to court and seek a review?
Well, ultimately, wherever you go, especially relating to a state investigative body and a bail condition is imposed that you deem onerous or unreasonable, you can still, as a lawyer, try to negotiate to have the condition reviewed. And where that fails, that's why the law courts are there. You still go there, and the institution will necessarily have it reviewed, or the court itself, where it finds appropriate, will take up the matter and do what it considers just and fair under the circumstances. And so I don't think they should be taken hook, line, and sinker if they think it should not be so. But of course, sometimes bail conditions are also predicated on some other factors. And so I'm not privy to what exact factors you could consider before imposing this. And so that might also be something vague for me to speak on. If I was or I were privileged to some of those matters, then one can determine whether it's indeed onerous or otherwise.
Well, thank you, Lawyer.
Thank you so much.
Lawyer Sadat Haruna Alhassan sharing. Okay, Lavo had, you said, observations from a young bass interview. You shared one. You said there were two. You shared the second one too.
The fact that
you said you had two observations.
Yeah.
You shared both.
Yes. The first one is he likened our democracy. It is not from
Ayangba's interview. Yeah.
He likened our democracy to failed democracies elsewhere.
Yes,
he mentioned the country,
yes,
but
yes.
I've not taken note of the country.
Yes.
Because of the arrest of Miracles.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first one. The second one is that government promise aura what the government is supposed to be doing is to be accounting to the people that we have collected this amount of money from people like Miracles. Not
It's
arresting,
recovering the loot.
just recovering.
Yeah.
Then once you recover, you let the person who stole the money go. And I think there's something fundamentally wrong about that kind of reasoning.
Okay. You see, he's quite an interesting interviewee. Because when I then put the question of, is he saying that they do not make arrests in the US and the UK when matters? He said he was not talking about arrest. You see, that's the interesting part. When you catch here, he will run here. You see, and that is quite the interesting thing about interviewing him. Well, Nancy,
So now,
you are saying that if the man has not stolen the money, why is he returning it?
if the money is not, if like, because they've been out of office for how many years now? 2.
Nearly 2.
Yeah, 1.5
think.
years. I think 1.5
A year and
years.
7 months,
Yeah.
approximately.
So if he doesn't have the money,
6 months.
if he's not taking the money,
Yeah.
what is he refunding?
Mhm.
Why? Which money is he giving to EOCO or to the government?
So the question is, where is an account? How does an accountant? I don't know the amounts involved. I don't know what
The entire amount.
No.
Okay.
What he is
His part.
returning.
Okay.
He's
We
part
don't
of
have
the
that
loot.
information.
Okay, so I'm asking. So an accountant to the IMCC, how much does he earn? What sums are we talking about him returning? Does that tally with his salaries? Okay,
Good question.
so there are many questions to be asked. Yes.
One thing that also strengthens
Anyway, I
Nancy's
still
position is-
because if not, I'll come to your position. I want to start my position because if I apply
your position-
Now,
logic,
if you start, if you are being logical, you arrive at my
you arrive
position.
at the same position.
Yes, unless
Eh.
you want to be
It's a-
devil's
Advocate. That's my job here.
I
That one.
said that if you really want to be logical and look at the realities, you would come to my conclusion.
That the man has serious questions to answer.
Yes.
Because
If you have not stolen money, okay, you say I shouldn't say stolen.
Yes.
misappropriated
If monies
or misapplied.
have not passed under you, or how do you say it? If you have failed to keep proper custody of the money.
It's una obre.
English is difficult.
Okay, how are you refunding cash? So you just decide I have so much that I want to give the state some of my money. Is that it? No.
Especially so
So
when
the guy is actually confirming that they did
Yes.
something.
That he did something.
well,
Every man must answer for himself.
so now remember that this whole thing is happening on the heels of a forensic audit.
Yes.
So EOCO is not just acting because of somebody's mood swing or anything.
So
This is
so we even have to go back to the forensic audit and see the findings of that audit, because that audit has been done.
yeah.
So the further investigations that are being done by EOCO is prompted by the petition from the current CEO.
Yes.
Do you get
Executive
it?
Secretary.
So he's looking at the audit that has been done, and he feels that something has gone wrong.
Yeah.
And that is why he has petitioned EOCO to do further investigation. So we even have to get the findings of that forensic audit and look at what is in there. First of all, I agree that we shouldn't abuse anybody's human rights.
Yeah.
And for our security services, like EOCO, if they are doing their work, they should always ensure that they are on the side of the law,
Okay.
that they are not abusing anybody's rights. So that when they are doing their work, or they've done their work, people like Ahiangba, Nana B, GFK,
JFK.
and the rest will not come and be linking it to political intimidation and what have you. Okay. So it's just an advice. Do the right things
What are the right things?
so that you are cleared of abusing people's rights. I am not saying in this case somebody's right has been abused, I am saying that as security operatives, security institutions, let's, especially in cases of this political people, okay, make sure that you've cleared yourself of the accusations of abusing people's rights. For instance, he has not been allowed access to his lawyers.
That's a claim.
That we can prove wrong or right. Right? I'm just saying that should be done. Satisfied.
But
Because if you take that, which we are even yet to confirm with EOCO, whether it is true, the narrative they are telling or not, if you take that out, away from the MPP's narrative, then everything that they are saying, no reasonable person will agree with them that they are treating Miracle in a bad way. Do you get my point?
even the claims that they are making
That is why I'm saying that. Even that.
are not tenable.
We are yet to confirm that with EOCO. So it is just left with EOCO to come and say that, when we arrested the guy, at this point, his lawyer was with him. Because the one or two I am picking, that he had 3 lawyers with him. He has 3 lawyers with him. Let me ask permission whether I could mention the name of the 3 lawyers with him so that they will come and deny that they were not with him.
So, okay.
Okay, so I'm just saying that let's be sure that, okay, at least the abusing of people's rights is taken out of the narrative. And if, in this case, if we take that out, then actually they have no case. So I don't see the reason they were packing themselves at the frontage of EOCO yesterday. Second advice, I think that the leadership of the MPP should find a way of having a cordial relationship with EOCO, because it looks like more of their people will be picked.
That's not, it's like minimal.
Many of them will be picked because as of last week, you and I were sitting here. Miracles was running about this country. We didn't know that he would be the next to be picked. But
We didn't even know that he was going to EOCO.
do you get? So I think that by now they should be having a certain relationship with the people at EOCO so that at least getting information whereabouts of who they have picked from their party, where the person is, and those things will not be an issue that they are not getting information. The way they are attacking the people at EOCO, tables will turn, will come for you. So if I am a public officer, I have not stolen money, I have not done anything because my party is out of government, then you come for me. Is that it? No, is like, I just want to know, is that how it is? Because the threats they are giving,
Yes, I'll arrest you.
I will arrest you. Even if you've done
arrest you for
something
doing
or
nothing.
not, I would arrest you.
The
In
fact that
fact,
you are
for
my
not
opponent.
doing nothing, not doing anything is in itself a crime. Who arrest you for doing
I
nothing.
hear Professor. online. We'll
Let's speak
come
to
back.
Professor Jasper Abimia Yaluzano, who is Associate Professor of Political Science at the University of Development Studies. Thank you very much, Prof, and a good morning to you.
Good morning, Senna.